It was almost midnight. The street was silent except for the sound of rain tapping on broken roofs. Under the flickering streetlight, a small brown dog sat, soaked, shivering, and alone. People walked past without looking. Cars splashed water, horns blared, life moved fast. But he didn't move. He just kept staring at the road, waiting. A woman carrying grocery bags stopped for a second. She saw his eyes. Not begging, not angry, just waiting. She crouched down and whispered, "Who are you waiting for, little one?" No answer. Just a soft whimper and a wag of the tail. When she tried to walk away, he stood up and followed, slowly, limping. Every few steps he looked up, as if asking permission to stay close. She sighed, smiled gently, and said, "All right, come on then." At the corner shop, she bought a small pack of biscuits. He didn't eat right away. He waited until she sat next to him. Then as she shared the food, his tail started moving faster. That moment in Uyatdim, in the middle of the wet street under a single light, felt warm, like home. The next morning, she came back to the same place, and there he was, waiting again, tail wagging the second he saw her. She brought a towel and whispered, "You're not just a street dog anymore. You're mine." He barked softly, like he understood. Weeks passed. Every evening, neighbors saw them walking together. Same streetlight, same bond. The place where loneliness once lived now glowed with friendship. Sometimes you don't need to look for love. It finds you in the quietest corner of the street. If this story touched your heart, give it a like, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more real stories from Four Paw Friends. It was a cold winter morning, cars rushed by, horns echoing through the busy street. But in one forgotten corner, a man sat on the pavement, wrapped in an old jacket, holding something close to his chest. At first glance, people thought it was just a bundle of clothes, but when a small paw peeked out, they realized it was a puppy. The man's hands were trembling from the cold, yet he held the puppy gently, shielding it from the wind. He whispered, "Don't worry, buddy. I got you." A woman passing by stopped and offered him a coffee. He smiled shyly and said, "I don't need it, miss, but maybe a little milk for him?" That answer hit her heart. Even with nothing, he still cared for someone smaller than him. Later that day, she came back with a blanket, dog food, and a note. "You reminded me that kindness has no price." The man's eyes filled with tears. He placed the blanket around the puppy and whispered, "See, the world's not so bad, huh?" Weeks later, people noticed something new at that same corner, a small handmade sign beside the man that read, "Puppy kisses free, happiness guaranteed." And every day, strangers stopped by just to smile, pet the puppy, and talk to him. The corner that once felt invisible became a place of warmth. We walk past miracles every day. Some wear rags, some wagtails, but all they ask for is a little kindness. If this story touched your heart, hit like, share it to spread hope, and subscribe for more true stories from Four Paw Friends. The rain hadn't stopped for 2 days. Beneath the broken bridge, a faint cry echoed between puddles and traffic noise. Sheila slowed her steps. There, hiding behind a cardboard box, was a small white puppy, shivering, ribs showing, eyes wide with fear. She knelt down, whispering softly, "Hey, it's okay." The puppy hesitated, then crawled forward, placing its tiny paw on her hand. That one touch broke her heart. She wrapped him in her scarf and ran to the nearest shop. The owner frowned. "Don't bring it inside." But Sheila stayed outside in the rain, feeding him from her palm. Later that night, she dried him by her heater, wrapped in a towel. He fell asleep with his nose buried in her sleeve. For the first time in a long while, the house didn't feel empty. The next morning, the rain had stopped. The bridge still dripped, but the world seemed softer. She whispered, "Welcome home, Lucky." Voiceover, sometimes we don't rescue them, they rescue what's left of us. CTA. Like, share, and subscribe for more heart-touching stories from Four Paw Friends.